and welcome to the Mount Enterprise Library. My name is Nell Unteed and I'm branch manager. This is my 13th year working at this branch of the Rusk County Library System. Our assistant branch manager is Hallie Gage. This is her 11th year and she is our videographer. Today is August 21st, 2026, and we are standing at the entrance of the library. We are located 1 block away from the public school, City Hall, the JP's office, and the volunteer fire department. This land was donated by the Jones family, and our friends at the library group worked for over 20 years to raise funds to build this building. We went from an 800 square foot space to this 8,000 square foot building. These memorial bricks represent an investment made in this library by and for the community and the legacy that has been passed down to us. The Mount Enterprise Library is the hub of this rural community. We sometimes have 3 times the population come through the door each month. We opened these doors for the first time 11 years ago in February of 2015. Let's go in where the weather is always nice. The foyer is the first impression you get when you enter, and we want it to feel welcoming. Some have said it looks like a hotel lobby. This area acts as a waiting room during library programs and a place to work on a laptop. However, the lighting in here is much too low for those things. Having access to public restrooms and a baby changing station has been a welcome asset to this library. We have a self-serve coffee bar and allow food and drink in this area. Some patrons eat their lunch at these bistro tables. And our friends often provide after-school snacks. Some like to relax, watch TV, and read a newspaper or a magazine. More comfortable seating in here would be greatly appreciated. We like to celebrate our Texas history with an 1886 map and artwork from local artists. This old mailbox was our book drop and becomes Santa's mailbox at Christmas time. Everything here has been donated, including the display case that came from Tatum Library when they began their Talker Transformation Grant. The program room is a multi-purpose room that we use for library programs. We have 10 round tables, 4 rectangular tables, and 60 chairs. Between the windows is one of 2 antique display cases from the old Mount Enterprise Pharmacy. We love to mix the old and the new. We just finished the summer reading program, and we seated over 80 people for our final awards program. We host author talks and have some AV equipment. A projector and screen for PowerPoints or video, a home entertainment system to show DVDs, and a karaoke machine for using Bluetooth and a microphone. We have regular weekly STEM programs for homeschool families, monthly programs like community meetings, our friends meetings, and the 33 kindergartners who walk to the library monthly for a story and a craft. The space is used as a quiet study space and for Zoom meetings when available. It becomes a movie theater where 5th generation kids sit in the seats for the Mount Enterprise Crown Theater. We've also held chess tournaments, game nights, including Mahjong, and team gaming on early release days. We keep these library doors open unless there's a program after hours. I painted these doors Tavern Taupe to match the baseboards in 2014, and they could use some curb appeal. Straight ahead we have the second display case. We placed it here next to this support post. We display new adult fiction on top and seasonal displays inside, as well as on this tall display shelf. The foam insulation ceiling is painted black, which helps it recede, and the lighting is functional. I would love to see something with a wow factor here, like a suspended acoustical panel and light fixtures. The Rusk County Auto Registration Satellite Office is housed in the library. It makes it very convenient for patrons to get their tags in Mount Enterprise. She is open 8 to 12 Monday through Friday. The circulation desk was purchased as part of the Talker Foundation grant the Friends of the Mount Enterprise Library received in 2014. Almost every patron who comes into the library comes to the circulation desk. We provide a variety of services here: printing, scanning, faxing, reference, and computer assistance. We need a third workspace to free up the ADA desk. There's also an awkward doorway where we've removed the door. Our hope is to expand the desk out to the edge of the carpet to give us more room to work and an additional workstation on the other side of the ADA desk, so staff aren't trapped here in the corner. The book drop is rarely used and may need reconfiguring, or may be resolved by freeing up some space. The focal wall is one of our accent colors, and I hand-painted the Carnegie quote. The rest of the furniture was purchased by the Friends from Walmart to give us additional shelves and storage. With more space, we might be able to move our book cleaning station behind the desk. We have 5 patron computers. Our patrons have commented that they like that the computers are off to the side and aren't the first thing you see when you enter the library. The carrels were brought from the old library and give some privacy. Rusk County IT plans to assess all computers and monitors for replacement. The desk chairs get a lot of use and are showing wear and tear. They also tend to roll out from under you. This area is open to the children's section so that parents can supervise their children. Nacogdoches Public Library just got a parent computer workstation with a playpen attached. I think this is something new parents would make use of. The AWE computer is safe for kids to use since it has no internet connection. This model is probably 10 years old. Playaways are pre-programmed and available for checkout. We received 4 new Playaway tablets with this year's Dollar General grant. Kids can learn and play at their own computer area while parents get their work done. The OPAC area was built by our former IT guy and is a little awkward. We like to teach our patrons how to access the online catalog. I think it needs to be in a more prominent area and the monitor at a better height. Here's the Friends book sale. Donations that are not cataloged are kept here on this shelf. This is our staff area where we sometimes eat lunch. There's a private restroom. The assistant manager's desk is here. It was handed down along with this couch from the Rusk County Library. We have a typewriter we still use and a 3D printer, 2 things from 2 very different times. The Friends of the Library have their file cabinet and basket, and the staff entrance is here. We try to recycle items we can use for craft supplies. This door leads back to the program room and makes the circle. And we can't forget to mention our cool vintage avocado refrigerator. This is the branch manager's office, and our second accent color is used on the focal wall in the stripes and the chairs in my office. This color is also used in the shelves of the DVD section. These shelves came from Troop when they did a Talker Library Transformation Grant. They are much better than what we had. Older patrons have a hard time seeing and reaching the lower shelves. The color is a complementary color to our color scheme, and our binge boxes are located on the bottom shelf. So many streaming services, we have noticed a decline in DVD checkouts. We use the top to display new adult fiction. We have tax forms available on top during the tax season. We are a 2026 Texas Book Festival grant recipient and have the 172 juvenile nonfiction books on display. Display is an area we could use some help. We have a table and 4 to 6 matching chairs in the reference area. There's a small archive of maps, genealogy, and Mount Enterprise Wildcats yearbooks dating back to 1947. Most of these reference books are available online or in databases. Still, some like to look at a physical book. Other books housed here are expensive and we don't want to allow for checkout. Patrons use this table for research, to spread out their paperwork, work on their laptop, and take work calls. There is a convenient floor plug to charge devices. However, being next to the children's area is not conducive for work. Patrons like to play chess, checkers, and cards here regularly. This area might be better as a lounge as it was originally designated. Kids make a beeline through this arch to the children's area. We have decorated this arch many different ways, but it would be nice to make it a little more substantial and permanent. They play in this contained area at the train and Lego table. You're doing a very good job of that. They like to color and use their imagination in the playhouse. This was an early savers booth the bank gave us, and it is attached to a semi-circular stage. Our assistant manager does her weekly story time in front of the whiteboard. The shelving in here is mismatched, and while most of it is under 4 feet, it doesn't fit the space. Often the shelf height is not tall enough for taller children's books, so many of them have to be shelved on their sides, which makes them hard to see. This is an area that could be reimagined, making it more cohesive and functional, but still fun. This round table is a hand-me-down from Tatum. It gets used for tutoring on Wednesday morning programs. We bring in 4 additional tables from the program room and set them up over the wood floor area for weekly storytime crafts. We would love a more permanent solution to seating in this area. Patrons have deemed this the designated community puzzle table. Parents gather here during weekly programs and work on puzzles together. Others use it for filling out documents and applications, so we thought about having a way to store the puzzle out of the way when not in use. However, with additional seating through this space, this might be able to remain the designated puzzle table. This old card catalog is our seed library. We set it here against the second support post. This is the shelving provided by the 2014 Talker Foundation grant. It holds all of our adult fiction. We made the directional signs using a Cricut, and it needs updating, especially after we weed the collection. This coffee table was originally paired with the large cowhide chairs before being repurposed as a puzzle table. But because of its location, this area is now preferred for quiet study, privacy to work on a laptop, on the swivel desks, or on a cell phone. Having a teen area gives them a space they can call their own. It has their books arranged in a more of a bookstore model. The chairs have slip covers over them because it is not cost effective to replace them. Shelving is a combination from Tatum and Truth. While we want them to have their own area, we have considered moving it where the reference table is and use this more secluded spot for quiet study or work with a noise canceling cubicle like a 1 or 2 person nook or shush box. The wood shelving around the perimeter of the library came from our old library and houses our adult nonfiction. It is 72 inches tall and oversized books are placed on the bottom shelf. These could be more inviting with eye-catching signage and better display. Again, more of a bookstore model where patrons could find the self-improvement or cookbook section easily. This old projector is one of 2 from the Mount Enterprise Crown Theater. We've had patrons that recall running the projector and others who watched movies there. Allie has interviewed several of them for the Mount Enterprise Oral History Project. Our audiobooks rarely get checked out anymore. Audiobooks can be accessed through the e-library. Most cars don't have CD players anymore, so they are really at this point just taking up space. We could keep them in the system and donate them to another branch. At our meeting with the Talker Board members at the TLA conference this year, we were advised to observe how the library is used through the summer reading program. And while every area of the library was used for a variety of things and by people of all ages, families, and individuals, we see where areas can be reimagined to better reflect the way the library is used today and provide flexibility for the future.